Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. Today, we're going to be playing the Geargia Saga, and I know, I'm just a little late. I've been dealing with a lot of family issues. Somebody in my wife's side of the family did pass, so unfortunately, I haven't been doing as much as I wanted to because of that, but we're back at it again, so we're going to be doing the Geargia Saga like I have promised, and I have some really interesting games that you guys should look at. And this particular game, I'm just going to be OTKing the living daylights out of this kid. I feel so sorry for him. Like, it's like, no matter what he had, he just got OTK'd. It was like, how do you have answers to my OTK and still get OTK? Like, that's, I mean, granted, some of it was, I feel like he misplayed, or he didn't necessarily misplay, he did some decisions, he made some tough decisions, and they didn't benefit him in the end. Like, this is a prime example. Maxi the Geargia armor, and I'll just add accelerator and flip the Geargia armor back face down. The biggest thing that I think you guys can take away from his mistake, because it's obviously at his expense, is don't maxi the opponent if they don't have to commit to special summoning. He maxied me. I didn't have to commit to special summoning. I did not commit to special summoning. So he eventually just lost a card in his hand. I mean, granted, it did deter me from special summoning, but you don't want to use Maxi to deter people from special summoning because you're playing it wrong. You want them to special summon to draw you cards, especially if you're running a Frog Monarch deck. You're playing cards like Maxi, or you're playing cards like Battle Fade or Effect Veiler to either stop me in my tracks or to completely just gain advantage off the draw. Like, thank you for giving me all these cards. He rises my trap stun. And from right there, just because I drew 2 Geargia armor, I knew that it didn't even matter if I let him rise at a trap stun or not. I'm going to flip up the Geargia armor after I check what the hell he added, which was the riser. That's fine. Geargia armor is going to add me to second Geargia accelerator. And what I've learned from Geargia is that Geargia accelerator is probably the best Geargia card. Anytime you have it in multiples, some very strange things can happen. Right now, I'm going to flip the Geargia armor back face down. I'm going to use Nespashi's effect, flip the Geargia armor back face up. Armor's effect is going to add accelerator number 3. And we're going to go into this very nifty combo that doesn't really require any other thing other than me just special summoning. We're going to special summon all 3. And then from that, I'm going to go into Burrito. This would have been the perfect time to maxi, guys. I'm just letting you guys know. Burrito effect is going to special summon a Sizen. Sizen is going to go into Beret. Oh, I'm sorry. Sizen is going to go into Burrito. The previously level 7 monster is Beret. Burrito is going to special summon another Sizen. Sweet. TheCaliEffect, you're doing this combo, right? At least I hope. Then you're going to go into another Burrito. So I have 28, 28, 26, and I'm not done yet. We're going to special summon Nespashi. Nespashi effect. Target Nespashi. Change him to defense. Draw 2 cards. And they're not as useful as I wanted them to be, but it doesn't matter. The last XE pay will be into another Sizen. TheCaliEffect, how you make Draco Sack Felgrand. This is how you do it. Fuck Sylvans. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack over his Riser and then hit for game. Granted, I was a little skeptical of Battle Fader because that's what the deck plays, but then at the same time, I can make Draco Sack Felgrand. It does not matter. Draco Sack Felgrand against a lot of decks is more than likely GG, even if you're playing against meta. This is game 2, and game 2 I opened really good, but the thing that really got to me is that he lost, but he chose to go second. Going first is still overrated, fellas. Just to let you guys know, going first is still probably one of the best things to do. So what? You'll take a 1-card loss. More often than not, if you're playing your deck and you're playing it effectively, you're going to gain advantage over time to probably even outvantage the opponent. He adds the Vanity's Fiend, which is not a bad card. It's really good. I just so happen to rip a Geargia accelerator, flip armor back into the accelerator, flip armor back face down, normal summon Nespachi, flip it back up, gain another accelerator, and yes, we're going balls in again. TheCaliEffect, teach me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So special summon accelerator, special summon accelerator, special summon accelerator. Dylan Gardner, if you want to know how many of what Geargia card to run, accelerator is definitely one you have to run at 3. Granted, I should have won Geargia armor and the Nespashi into the first Beret, but the logic behind it is that he didn't have anything anyways. But the reason why you do that is if You want your Geargia Accelerator or your Geargia Armor in the graveyard first, because if your Geargia Accelerators go, they have a target to add to the hand. So your field wasn't necessarily a complete flop. We're going to go into the next card here, Burrito. Burrito special summon Nispashi. Draw 2 cards, TheCaliEffect. Good job. No, actually, I'm going to flip his Plague Spreader face up. Yeah, switch you to defense. Draw 2 cards, TheCaliEffect. That's just how this deck rolls. I draw Vanity's Emptiness, which is amazing. Let's go into that last beret. Draw more cards, TheCaliEffect. Okay, we're not drawing more cards. We're just essentially hitting for game. He's going to have an answer through Battle Fader. Oh, I'm a Psychic today. Battle Fader is going to save him this time, but I'm not going to allow him to go into a Monarch. We're going to make Draco Sack. Draco Sack effect, give me 2 tokens. Oh, I really see it. It's just 2 tokens. And get rid of his Battle Fader. So, no tributing for you. Vanity's Emptiness face down, Soul Drain face down. I'm going to reveal the Soul Drain. I want him to see it. I mean, I don't want to really be much of an ass, but I want him to see that Soul Drain. I want him to know Soul Drain's there. I mean, that's GG. I don't know how you survive from this as a Monarch player, especially when I flip up Vanity's Emptiness so you can't activate Battle Fader, Gores, all that other nice stuff. GG no re. But that's basically game 1. Let's get into game 2. This game is actually going to be a lot longer. It's going to show you that Geargias can still grind it out under this deck. Now, granted, this build in particular does not have the life length of regular Geargias. Geargias themselves have a very long life length because they build advantage over time. And they almost have an infinite amount of advantage. But since the Karakiri aspect of this deck goes through advantage so fast, like you go through your deck extremely fast, you run out of gas. You will run out of gas mid-game. And Daigusa Emerald doesn't really help because you don't make 4s as easily as you would think you would. But beside the point, this deck, I mean, it does have its pluses. Like, as you guys seen, being able to OTK your opponent when needed to be. There's some decks that just shouldn't allow themselves to thrive, like Shadows. If you leave that deck there for long enough, it will win. So I'd rather just OTK it. In the Geargia matchup, you have to kill that deck as fast as possible. Or either that or just cock block everything it has. I'd rather just kill as fast as possible. Because I know when you cock block a deck, it finds a way around. He activates Black Illusion Ritual and I'm like, the fuck? That wasn't in the guide to play Lightsworns. TheCaliEffect, you didn't play Lightsworns with that. And then he summons Relinquished and I'm like, oh, this is the guide to play Relinquished. Maybe I should do a Saga on that deck. I mean, the way he played it, it almost looked very beautiful. He's going to go ahead and get advantage back for his Relinquished and his Black Illusion Ritual, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, I can't special summon on top of that. I thought that was pretty cool too. And I lost my Geargia Armor, so I mean, he was just like, douchebag all over. You're a douche. You're a douche. Everyone's a douchebag. What free douches? And I'm like, alright, sure, that's fine. And he's completely out-advantaged a deck that does nothing but gain advantage. So I just think you guys should know that. I gotta give him props. He's gonna go punch you into Relinquish again. It hit me for 1400 damage. Not cool. Not cool. My response is set to this Kashi because I have other responses. Over with the Vanity's Emptiness, and for some bad reason, my deck has just completely ran out of gas. But this is the problem. If this deck runs out of gas without actually genuinely running out of gas, like I literally just ran out of cards to play. That's the only reason why you can quote unquote say I ran out of gas. You're fine. You're perfectly fine. He goes Black Illusion Ritual, nigga, nope, Vanity's Emptiness. You're perfectly fine, because this, in a couple of draws, you can draw some amazingly godlike card and just go on to win the game. And this game, I'm going to teach you guys the amazingly godlike card. Geargia Accelerator, the best card in the deck. Number 1, Uno Almighty. So I'm going to switch Nispashi to attack. Then I'm going to switch Accelerator to attack. If I need to, I can just turn off Vanity's Emptiness with Trap Stun. What I wasn't taking into account for, that face down card was actually my monster. So I completely forgot about that. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it does matter, but doesn't really matter. Had I been able to trap something, had I trapped something and then went into Leo, I think he would have just completely lost. Maybe. Wait, isn't his face down monster like a Raikou? So no, it's fine that it worked out that way. So instead of making Burrito and getting it next to nothing, I'm gonna go ahead and make Leo. I think Leo is the safer bet. I think Leo is the best bet. You know, seeing that Relinquished kind of targets, and yeah, Leo kind of like says no to that. So he draws la-di-da. I know he has Relinquish. I know he can make it one way or another. So ultimately, if he gets over Leo, blah, with the Raigeki or, you know, some fissure, I don't know what he's playing, smashing round, then I'm screwed. He goes Raikou into my trap stun, and I'm like, okay, I can feel that. He mills the exact amount of dark monsters, like who the fuck does this? Like seriously, the fuck? To summon, go ahead and summon it. Go ahead and summon it. You got it. I'll wait. This waiting game is really annoying. Just summon the damn monster. Do 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 do. Dark Arm Dragon. Yeah. And I'm like, thank God for Leo. Leo is love. Leo is life. He essentially saves my ass throughout this game. Look at that advantage. Look at his field. Look at my field. I have 2 cards to his 7. His 7. And he's playing a damn ritual deck. He's going to prevent me from special summoning again with Relinquish and then suck up my Geargia Accelerator. Not cool. Not cool. Like, he has literally out-advantaged me. But Leo is amazing. It's the only thing I can say. So we're going to go ahead and enter battle. I'm going to get over Dark Arm Dragon. I think Dark Arm Dragon is the immediate threat. I can attack over the Relinquish and it won't do anything. But if I get over the Dark Arm Dragon, I feel like I have something going. If we focus on what's going on right now, this man holds all of the cards. He out advantages me. The only thing I have really going for me is Leo. And the biggest thing that I question is that he kept Relinquish in attack. Because, granted, he wants to inflict damage to me. I understand. He wants to hit for game. That's all fine and dandy. But he has 3,600 to my 60-something hundred. And then he takes another 1,700. That puts him at 1,900. That puts him closer to game than it puts me closer to game. You have to realize, when do you want to take these disadvantages? Leo is going to get over his Relinquish and allow me to set my Geargia Armor. For the players like, why didn't you set Geargia Armor last turn? I'm not trying to get it sucked up by Relinquish. And I don't even know why I play Limiter Removal. I feel like it's ass in Geargia. More often than not, if I'm hitting for game, I'm hitting for game, and nothing else should be said after that. It's just the fact that I feel it's only good really in Cyber Dragons, I guess, if they even decide to play it. He goes Tour Guide, and immediately I think Burning Abyss. So I'm like, should I Fiendish Chain? Nah, it's not Burning Abyss. He's gonna special summon a Dushin, which is exactly what he does. My next thing is, like, he has Alucard to blow up my armor, which I don't think really does much. But no, this man surprises me yet again. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty brilliant play, because he's gonna try to suck my Geargia Armor one way or another. He goes Leviair, and I'm like, fuck. How could you do this to me? Leviair effect, target Relinquish. No. Fiendish Chain. That's how we're gonna do it. I think that really solidifies, that's going to help solidify a comeback. Because Leviair doesn't get him Relinquished to stall for longer so he can draw on the better cards. I did just draw Vanity's Emptiness. So no more special summons, barring that he has something to get over Vanity's Emptiness after this. That's going to get me Accelerator. I would get Accelerator if I were me. I'm just saying what I would do. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, Red Ox Engrave. Okay, this could be interesting. We're going to special summon Accelerator. Next, we're going to go into Geargia X. This time, we're going to go into Ancient Gear Box. I can feel it, because I have Machine of Fortress in Graveyard. I need to put as many monsters on the field as possible. He has 3 monsters on the field. So,
Machina box or Ancient Gear box puts another monster in my hand, which puts another monster in my hand, fodder for Machina Fortress, and it also allows me to normal summon my other monster, which is Geargia Arsenal. So I'm gonna go ahead and go all in. It's now or never. If he has Mirror Force, then shit, fucking GG no re. That's the only thing I could say. I doubt that anybody plays Mirror Force still, but sure. Redox effect. We're gonna get rid of 2 cards for Redox. I think it doesn't really matter. He goes ahead, surrender. So let's get into the last game that I could possibly talk about. And this game, it was a tick for tack battle. I gotta give it to him. He had some cards, I had some cards, but I can say we both had answers to our first initial threats. And that's what Geargias do bring to the table, is that yes, you might have an answer to my first initial threat, but if you don't have an answer to my next threat, then you're pretty screwed. I mean, unless your first answer solves all of my threats, then you're gonna be screwed, because Geargias have so many, or this Geargia variant has so many ways to do certain things to win the game just completely. I can go straight XC, I can go synchro. Hell, I don't even have to touch my extra deck. There has been some times where I've literally just sat on Vanity's Emptiness and just had a field full of Geargias with Geargia Arsenal at who knows how much attack and just beating face in. Like, there's been fields like that. This deck can play very simple and it can play complex. The Maxis, I'm really starting to regret even citing. I'm really debating on if I should cite them. I guess I was thinking his deck has more summon combo potential. I did see Tour Guide, I did see the Relinquished, so I don't know. I thought I could at least, +1 off of him at the very least and deter him from doing anything else. But he does have answers to my first initial thing, which is both my Geargia armor. So I'm just gonna make Geargia an X and add what I need anyways. We're gonna add Ancient Gear box. Ancient Gear box is gonna add its card, which is Geargia Accelerator, or Arsenal, I'm sorry. Arsenal is gonna go right into Geargia armor again. So I've already seen Raikou last game, which is just like I want to say kind of a bonehead move to Shadow Imprison Mirror if you've seen it, but I really didn't have anything to side. I wanted to side something against him. If I couldn't hurt all of his deck, I thought I should hurt at least some. I want him to come after my Geargia armor. And I know one of them was Raikou. He flips it. He shows me the Raikou. But he doesn't target the Geargia armor. He goes right for the Shadow Imprison Mirror. So whatever. We're going to go ahead and Phoenix Chained it. So his second monster is the second Raikou. The second Raikou. What's his third monster? Lila? All of the struggles. And he goes for the same card. But this is even what really gets me. He fucking exceeds into Gachi Gentetsu. I mean, if he has the extra deck space, I can see it. But who the fuck runs Gachi Gentetsu because you have Raikous in your deck? I mean, I'm not hating. I'm just very salty that he had it. And I'm just sitting there like, shit, I wish I had that much extra deck space. Or I could run fucking the Felgrand that I've been raving about, and Alucard, and Soul of Silver Mountain, as well as the other extra deck cards. So you guys can feel the salt coming from that aspect. So, I'm gonna go ahead and what am I gonna do? This is interesting. Well, actually, no. I got a perfect idea. Let's activate Geargia X's effect, and then we're gonna add Birdman, because yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Now I can go for game. Birdman effect, bounce you, special summon Birdman, special summon him back. No, malware. Get away. I know you guys didn't see that, but that was annoying. Now we're gonna synchro summon. And then we're gonna synchro for all these cool cards. We're gonna go into Sizen. After that, we're gonna go into Burrito. What baffles me is that I didn't go into another Burrito. I just decided to go into... Oh, I see. TheCaliEffect, I see. I guess you were thinking of the future to make Draco Sack. I don't freaking know. Your effect, switch you to defense, draw a card. Makes perfect sense on my side. I can still normal summon. Let's go ahead and normal summon. So instead of drawing 2 cards, I decide to go for the Draco Sack capability thing. But the next thing that confuses me is that I could just special summon this Spachi again and then make Leo, because I don't run fucking Star Eater. As much as I would love to run Star Eater, I don't have the extra deck space. So let's switch his monsters to attack. Ooh, those are really nice cards to run into right now. So now we're gonna go for game, since I see nothing but net. I'm gonna attack into his Gachi and flex 1700. Attack with Geargia, attack with just give him all of it, and that's gonna be game. It doesn't matter that he has monsters on the field. I flipped into face-up attack position. Attack again, and attack for game. Well, that's just been about it. Really been fun playing with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.